Okay.
Are we good?
Yep.
Alright. We did our project on the physics of penny boards,
I'm Brandon Sanchez.
and I'm Emily Prusak. So we have a little video just to show you kind of what you can do on a penny board. We're not going to show you the whole thing because it's so long.
You got a lot tied up inside. You got Jesus on your mind. And a boy that just won't fight. Baby, it's a grind. And this your bitter life. But nothing just won't do. The girl pleads, the woman needs a wedding ring. That bird won't sing.
Look at that hug. Look at it.
So it's just showing you how you can take turns pretty well because it's flexible and stuff like that. So you might be wondering, what is a penny board? What's the difference between a skateboard and just a normal penny board? You're probably all familiar with like a wooden skateboard that's a little bit bigger than that. But a penny board is only 22 inches long. It's made of plastic rather than wood. And it has 4 59mm wheels. And they have trucks and screws. There's 2 trucks and 8 screws. And they're flexible because they're made out of plastic as opposed to wood. So they're great for cruising and going around corners more easily.
Okay, and these boards were specifically made for cruising instead of like the traditional skateboard, which people take to skate parks to do tricks on and things like this. This can be used as like a mode of transportation. It's just great for like cruising, it's just like a nice activity and things like that. And since it was made that way, it has to be easy to turn. So the trucks are made to be loosened and tightened depending on what kind of turns you plan on making. So the looser it is, the easier it is to make a turn and things like that. And if you guys want to look at it, you can pass this one around.
So energy is what makes a penny board able to move. And energy is the capacity or power to do work, such as the capacity to move an object of a given mass by the application of force. So obviously you have to apply a force in order to make it move. To create energy. And we just have a video showing you that. Maybe. It just showed me like pushing off and creating the energy and then using the force. And Brandon's just gonna.
If I was gonna like demonstrate that in person, should I adjust the camera so that it can see me? Okay. So okay, like as she was saying, she just applied force with the foot that's not on the board to give it the energy to move.
And this illustration shows the forces that are being applied when Brandon did what he did and what was in the clip. You see the force of the skater pushing against the ground with 120 newtons, and the force of air, resistance, and friction acting against the skater with only 100 newtons, enabling him to be able to move. And the other forces in action that are not shown in that picture are gravity pulling down on the skater and the ground or surface pushing up on him. And friction is also another factor in this. Friction is a force on objects or substances in contact with each other that resist the motion of the objects or substances relative to each other.
Okay. Is the camera still pointed out?
No.
Obviously, there's not a lot of friction on this tiled floor, so he's going to do it on a mat.
Okay. Is we good? Yep. All right, and as I push off lightly, you can see how the friction causes it to slow and come to a stop.
Yeah, here's a video. Oh, that's watching the video.
Did you upload a different one? It should still be in Dropbox either way. I gotta make sure it hasn't got fixed your mat. Thanks.
You just need to play it from the Dropbox account?
We uploaded the
Oh,
videos
yeah,
to
is it on
Dropbox
the
that we need
Finder
anyway.
thing you were
Well, I'm probably really disturbing people. Hold on.
Never mind, we're not.
Which ones are we?
Here's one.
Not sure.
Alright, and yeah, this is a video we made of Brandon in the LT lot, which obviously has a lot more friction than in here. It's not the greatest quality.
Due to the friction, I had to continuously apply force to the ground with my right foot to continue moving.
Okay, so in that clip you could see he had to keep applying the force in order to keep moving. And Newton's first law states that an object at rest remains at rest unless acted upon by a force, and an object in motion remains in motion and at a constant velocity unless acted upon by a force. So if that's true, if he's supposed to remain in motion, what is causing him to lose speed and come to a stop and have to keep pushing? The answer is friction. Because in a perfectly smooth environment with perfectly smooth wheels, Brandon could skate on forever. But friction resists his motion, thus slowing him down, like the cracks and rocks in the LT lot. And specifically rolling friction is what we're talking about here. Rolling resistance, sometimes called rolling friction or rolling drag, is the force resisting the motion when a body, such as a ball, tire, or wheel, rolls on a surface. Any coasting wheeled vehicle will gradually slow down due to rolling resistance. And a penny board is a coasting wheeled vehicle because it doesn't have like an engine to keep it moving. You have to keep, applying force. And that diagram just shows kind of what you're doing when you're on a penny board. There's a force, and then there's rolling resistance pulling back, and then there's the weight of you in the board. So, in conclusion, physics is obviously present when you're pennyboarding. You can't move without a force and energy. Gravity is pulling down on the board and you. And air resistance and rolling friction both slow down the board. And there's a force diagram showing that. So we're chatting. And is there any questions?
Pennyboard is a company that makes them, or is it?
Yeah, like Pennyboard's a specific company, but there's other like cruising boards for just different companies. But that's like the main one.
Do you still have a question?
Yeah, how long have you guys been skating?
Not very long.
Not very long. We recently got interest this year.